All right, we're talking about picking out choir parts. I have two parts to this. I have one if you're using the piano, and one if you're a person that's doing it without a piano, if you don't know how to play. Now this is for the person that knows how to play. Now not only, you still use the three things that we talked about. The highest part, the soprano part, tends to stick out because it's a higher note, and the highest notes tend to stick out more. And also most of the time it's the melody. All right, and we said for the tenor part, if you start, when you're learning to pick out choir parts, it's good to start with choir songs like the Mass Choir, Mississippi Mass, Georgia Mass, because you hear the male voices, and when you hear those male voices, you know that's probably the tenor part. So it's easier to pick it out, the tenor part, because you hear that male component there. And also the second thing that you do is break the song into small parts and go over it over and over again. This is a skill. It's not anything that you learn overnight, but like everything else, one, you it's awareness. I show you what to listen for. Two, repetition. If you do it over and over, after a while it becomes second nature, like riding a bicycle. All right, so for this example, I'm going to do It's Good to Know Jesus by Mississippi Mass Choir. I hope you can hear this. It says, I'm listening for the highest part. Now when I hear that, it's good to know Jesus, I know that's sopranos. And if I know it's in A flat, it's following along the scale. So first thing, now if I have the piano, then I know most choir parts, especially traditional, but most of them period, follow major, minor, major. And if you don't know that, look it up in the search engine and go to major, minor, major. But most people know that. So first thing I know go to is major, minor, major. Alright, it's good to know. Alright. Or if I listen to it, you heard that, it's good to know Jesus. And I'll just keep listening to that first part. It's good to know Jesus. When I hear those male voices, I listen to those men and hear what they're doing. I know that's tenor. Good to know Jesus. Alright. Now listen to it again. See if you can hear those men. You'll probably do better, though, pulling it up yourself so that you get... hear those men? See that? It's good to know Jesus. And the men, they'll tend to put that little extra masculinity in it. If you get those two, then you could probably pick out that alto. But my main point is that once you have piano, you can follow it, you can put it together and listen to it and compare them. But then you also have that component of being able to use that major, minor, major. Okay. So, once again, once you have the piano, you know most of the time they're going to follow the scale and they're going to do major, minor, major. If I'm in A flat, most of the time, also too, if you get a soprano part, you know they're going to hit major or minor chords most of the time to get the best harmony. All right? B flat minor. Now this time there's a dominant. You hear the bass, the tenors on a dominant. Alright, so just in review, if you have piano, just like without piano, the people that can't play, you want to listen for the soprano because the highest note tenor sticks out the most. Listen for the tenors because you hear the masculinity, right, in the voices. And then you pick out those two, and then it's a matter of process of elimination to put in the alto part. Always break the song into small chunks and listen to those small chunks over and over again. Alright? But then once you have the piano, you've got a place to lay it out. Once you have the piano, you have a place to lay it out. With piano, you make sure you follow the scale to find out where they're going on the piano. And then the last thing you do is check for major and minor chords or the major, minor, major progression. Soon and very soon we are going to see the King. Soon and very soon. Once again, you're on E flat now. If you're in the key of A flat, you're on E flat. So you know it's E flat major and F minor. And then back to A flat, which is your root, major, minor, major. Soon and very soon. See how that major? Now listen to Your Grace and Mercy. See if we can tell that. Now that's in the key of E flat. Okay.
Your grace and mercy brought me through.
Your grace and mercy. So if that's, alright, since I'm beginning to give A flat, that's a G, so I know it's probably in the E flat chord. Your grace, that's a B flat, so we know it's probably the E flat chord. Alright, now that leads to one other little thing. Now if you hear, you know it's E flat major, I can almost follow the scale. Alright. Do, re, mi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 just major, minor, major. If it's E flat, you know it's E flat major. If it's F, you know it's F minor. If it's G, you know it's E flat major. A flat, you know it's F minor. B flat, you know it's E flat major. C, right? Alright, so major, minor, major. So if I say Your grace and mercy, that's already telling me it's brought me through A flat, B flat, C, B flat. Now it's telling me minor brought me through. Alright, so that's the advantage of having a piano. Once you get a note, you can kind of guess what chord that note is in, and you can follow the major, minor, major. Alright, give me some feedback and let me know if that makes sense. Once you understand what I did, you do it over and over again and it becomes easier and easier and easier. Alright, have fun with that. Don't just play, understand, and be a blessing to your church.